Watch me try and decorate a cake for a Galentine's get-together. First, I'm starting off with the crumb coat. Fun fact, I didn't know you did crumb coats, and so my first time ever trying to decorate a cake, I had no idea how these people would decorate cakes without any crumbs getting in the frosting. So once I've covered the cake in a sufficient amount of frosting, I put it in the fridge to chill for a few hours. That makes the frosting very hard, and so I can add another layer on top of it. I'm trying to just cover it in frosting before I go over and try and make it look perfect. Now I'm using this scraper thingy to smooth out the sides, and I deleted like 30 minutes of just me doing this. So I'm quite proud of what I have so far. I put it back in the fridge to harden up, and then I took a butter knife and scraped off like this excess. To be honest, I saw bakers on TikTok do this. Now for a kind of fun part, I take my buttercream frosting and I start adding in colors to get the colors that I want. Which this is a really difficult, not talked about enough part of decorating a cake. I feel like you think you know how color works until you start to play with frosting and food coloring. The issue was when I added red to my frosting to get pink, it was this really neon pink, which I didn't like. So I added some green to dilute it a little bit, just make it a little softer, not so neon. And once I got to a shade I was happy with, I busted out the piping bags. And I've learned that an easy way to fill the bag is to put it over a glass. And I'm using the biggest piping tip you can find at the store. If I knew more about baking, I'd be able to tell you exactly what size it is. So I'm going for that really trendy Victorian style we've been seeing a lot of. I feel like all my ruffles are really inconsistent in size and shape, and it's really hard to make them all look the same. But the worst part is this right here, when you close the circle, you see it. No worries, I left it messed up, I put it in the fridge to chill, and then it's a little bit easier to manipulate once it's hardened a little bit. By the time I get to this, the bottom ruffles, I have a little bit of experience from the top, and so as you can see, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than what's up there. Okay, she's looking cute though. Now for my secondary color, I just take whatever pink frosting is left over. I add some more white buttercream into it and then mix it together, and that's how I get a lighter version of the first pink that I had. Now I'm just using a smaller tip to make some small ruffles on both the top and the bottom. By the way, this took me so long to decorate. Just to give you an idea, all the decorating parts are in 3-speed. That's how slow I am. At this point, I'm feeling a little more confident. Things are going a lot more smoothly, and I'm getting better at closing the circle. I still don't know how bakers do that, how they can make everything look so symmetrical. But the good thing about this style cake is I feel like there's so much going on that you can't really notice the details, the flaws. Oh, look at how smooth this one was though. Ooh, I was proud of that. I did one more layer of ruffles underneath the big ruffles. As you can see, this is a very 2-note cake. I don't have very many piping skills yet. At this point, I am getting really excited now because it looks like it's all coming together. And then I tried to do these drape thingies, and this was kind of a disaster. Again, I don't know how bakers make it look symmetrical. Every single drape was a different size, a different shape, but that's okay. She's still cute. And then I found these sprinkles at Walmart that have these pearls in them. So I just picked out the pearls and started adding them in various spots around the cake. I put some on the top, some on the bottom, and then I started to put them at the point where my drapes meet. And this is the finished product. I think it came out so cute, a little crooked, but cute. I loved it. The girls loved it. I'm probably going to practice writing and frosting so I can fill the middle with something next time. But this is it, and I'm proud of it.